Hello everyone, my name is Prajakta Dhake. I am from Department of Zoology, KTHM College, Nashik. So today I'll be taking a class for TYBSc Semester 4. The subject that we are dealing with is Practical Paper 3 and the module is General Embryology. From this module we are going to take the practical study of sperm smear. Any one animal we will be dealing with the human sperm over here, and the types of eggs. So we are going to see the insect egg, we are going to see the amphioxus egg, we are going to see the frog egg, and then we will be dealing with the egg of the hen. Okay, so let's begin with the practical. Now first let us understand what are sperm and eggs. Basically sperm and eggs both are referred to as the gametes. Okay, these are haploid structures. On fusion of egg and sperm, it is going to result into the formation of a zygote. Okay, and zygote is going to divide to give rise to the organism. Zygote divides, embryo forms, and then you have the organism. So in our lectures we have already seen what are the different types of eggs on the basis of distribution of yolk, and what are the types of eggs based on the size of the yolk granules. Okay, now today we'll be focusing on the exact eggs of that particular organism itself. So let's first begin with the sperm. Now if you see the structure of the human sperm, basically it has been divided into four parts. Okay, the four parts are going to be the head, neck, then you have the middle piece, and then you have the tail. Okay, so this particular region is referred to, you can see the head portion, you can see your head, then you have a neck portion here, this entirely is the middle piece, and this is the tail. Now so let's begin with the head portion. Now the head portion is, if you see, it appears like that it is actually flat, it is oval in shape, but if you see the anterior most part, it appears like pear shaped. Okay, now this anterior most part is containing or contains a structure called as acrosome. Now acrosome is made up from the Golgi complex. Okay, or it is a derivative of the Golgi complex. It is going to contain the digestive enzyme hyaluronidase. Okay, and it is going to help in the penetration of sperm into the ovum. Now exactly below the acrosomal cap, what you see is the nucleus. Okay, nucleus occupies a major portion of this particular head region. Okay, it is going to if you see in the diagram, mostly it is entirely the nucleus. Now the nucleus here is a haploid structure, or it is going to have the haploid set of chromosome. The DNA in the nucleus is very tightly bound DNA. It is highly compressed kind of nucleus is seen over here. Okay, now as we all know, the histones are being replaced by protamines. Okay, now if you see in this entire head portion or the below the middle piece portion, you will not see the cytoplasm. Why? Because most of the cytoplasm is being eliminated or removed at the time of spermiogenesis. Now let's move on to the next part of the sperm, which is the neck. Okay, now the neck portion, it is a very short region. If you see here, the neck is comprised of a very short region, and it is going to contain only one it is going to contain the centriole. Okay, it is going to contain the centriole, which will be present exactly at, this is the base of the nucleus, and here you are going to have the centriole. There are two centrioles, one is proximal centriole and one is the distal centriole. The proximal centriole lies close to the nucleus, whereas distal is going to lie exactly below the proximal centriole. Okay, let's move on to the next portion, which is referred to as the middle piece. The middle piece is going to be near about 5 to 9 microns in length, and it is roughly going to measure around 1 micrometer in the diameter. Now it contains, there will be at the core region, at the central region, there will be presence of the axial filament. Now around this there will be spiral arrangement of mitochondria. So the mitochondria, if you see in this particular diagram, they are spirally arranged. So the number of mitochondria is also going to be less as compared to the egg. Now, what is the function of mitochondria? They provide energy for the movement of the flagellum or the tail. Okay, so all the energy will be provided by the uh, uh, mitochondria present here. At the posterior end of the mitochondrial helix, annulus is present. Okay, so here in this particular region over, if you see here, there will be presence of the annulus. Now what is the function of this annulus? Now this spiral arrangement is kept in place, or it prevents the displacement of this spiral, or the displacement of mitochondria is being avoided because of the annulus. Now let's move on. So this was about the middle piece portion, where you have the axial filament, where you have the mitochondria arranged. Now you need to understand that this particular area that you see over here, very small amount of cytoplasm is left behind, which is highly condensed, and it is called as manchete. Okay, manchete is going to be absent in the tail region. Now let's move towards the tail. Now it is the longest portion of the sperm, and its length differs from 40 to 45 micrometers, and its diameter is going to be slightly less than that of the middle piece, which is going to be 0.5 micrometers. Now this particular region is going to lack the mitochondria. The major portion of the tail is referred to as the axonium. Okay, so axonium has a typical arrangement of microtubules. So centrally there will be placement of a single fibril, and then surrounding it there will be 9 doublets. Now this particular portion or the tail is going to give motility to the sperm. So this is all about the tail, which is going to give motility to the sperm. Now let's move on to the next portion, or this was all about the sperm of the human beings. Now let's move on to the egg. Okay, now when we talk about egg, the egg is going to be whatever is required for development of the embryo will be stored inside the egg. Okay, so whatever till the young one hatches, or till the embryo hatches and is on its own, or till the placenta develops, whatever is required will be stored in the egg. Okay, so let's talk about the types of egg. The first egg that you see over here is a insect egg. Now insect egg is going to be the centrolecithal kind of egg. What do you understand by centrolecithal egg? Where the yolk is distributed more towards the central portion. Okay, now the egg has a covering of vitelline membrane. Outside vitelline membrane there will be a hard covering, which is referred to as chorion or the shell. Now this particular egg is going to have a small opening called as micropyle, through which the sperm is going to enter inside the egg. Okay, so this was about the insect egg. If you see, large amount of cytoplasm is present. This is centralized location of the egg. This male and female pronuclei, this basically resembles the fertilized egg. You do not find both male and female pronuclei in the egg. When it is unfertilized, you are only going to find the female nucleus over here, which is going to be haploid. Okay, let's move on to the next type of egg, which is the egg in Amphioxus. Now when we talk about Amphioxus egg, the distribution of the yolk is going to be equal. Okay, so everywhere the yolk granules will be equally distributed, and the size of the yolk granules is going to be very small. Now the diameter of this particular egg is going to be near about 0.2 millimeters. This particular egg is also covered by a vitelline membrane. Inside the vitelline membrane there is perivitelline membrane. Okay. Now the peripheral layer of cytoplasm does not contain yolk granules. Mitochondria are present in this particular layer. The nucleus, which is also referred to as germinal vesicle, is large and occupies a large part of the animal pole. Major part of the yolk is concentrated in the vegetal pole. See, when I say major part of the yolk is distributed in the vegetal pole region, you do not have to compare it with a telolecithal kind of egg. Okay, you should not compare it with the telolecithal egg. Telolecithal egg is going to be heavily, like one side will be heavily laden and the other side um, uh, will be having less amount of yolk. But here in this case there is slight difference in the amount of yolk, very slight difference in the amount of yolk on both the sides towards the animal and the vegetal pole. So where the nucleus is present is referred to as the animal pole, and this particular region will be referred to as the vegetal pole. This was about the egg of Amphioxus. Now let's move on to the next type of egg, which is referred to as the frog egg. Now the size of the frog egg is going to be near about 1.7 millimeters, roughly 1.7 millimeters. Now the egg will be, or the cytoplasm will be divided into two parts. First is outer cortex. Now you need to understand that the cortex portion is going to be the cytoplasm, or the cytoplasm in this particular region is going to be highly dense kind of cytoplasm. Okay, and then the inner endoplasm is not going to be that dense. Okay, now yes, as already mentioned over here, the cortex is highly viscous, gelated form of protoplasm and thus forms a superficial layer. Okay. Now the next one, it is if you talk about the egg of frog, it is a mesolecithal egg, which means that the size of yolk granules is moderate. And telolecithal, which means this amount or the large amount of yolk will be deposited towards the vegetal pole. Okay. So animal hemisphere over here is distinct, or is going to have a distinct blackish brown color due to presence of pigmented granules in the outer layer of the cytoplasm. Below the vitelline envelope, cortical granules will be present in the form of layer, and this cortical granule, as we have already seen, they prevent the polyspermy, or they are going to help in prevention of the polyspermy by aiding the slow block to polyspermy. Okay, now let's move on to the other kind of egg, megalecithal and telolecithal kind of egg. So we already know what is megalecithal. Megalecithal is the yolk granules or size of yolk granules are going to be very large. Telolecithal is because the yolk is concentrated highly towards the vegetal pole. Now here if you see, the cytoplasm is going to be very less, okay, and is going to be present in the animal hemisphere, and it is going to occupy a very less small size or small space. Okay, now it contains, this particular region is going to contain a very small centrally located nucleus. Okay, now the cytoplasm along with the nucleus forms a small germinal disc, which we also refer to as the blastode disc. It is 4 millimeter in diameter, and on the larger and lays or is placed on the large mass of the yolk. The mass of the yolk, or the ball of the yolk, is going to be of 40 mm in diameter, which is nearly 10 times more than the germinal disc. Okay, so the vitelline membrane is going to surround the yolk and the germinal disc. Outside the vitelline membrane there are layers of thick and thin albumin. Okay, the chalazae that you see over here, or the chalaza that you see, are the part of the yolk itself. Okay, they are going to hold the yolk ball in position. Now on the other side of the yolk, thick albumin, that is what the thick albumin becomes spirally twisted to form the chalazae that holds the yolk in position. Yolk contains the centrally located white yolk called as latebra, and concentric rings of yellow and white yolk are present surrounding the latebra. Here what you see is actually it is given in black color, but it is the yellow yolk, and then you have the white yolk. So there will be concentric rings of it, okay, around the latebra. Latebra is nothing but latebra is this particular portion, okay. It has a neck, okay. Here you have a blastodisc. It has this is the neck of latebra. It has a stalk um, of white yolk known as isthmus of Pander extending upwards. The germinal disc or blastodisc rests on this particular structure, okay. So this was about the egg of hen, and here we cover with today's practical, which is the structure of sperm and structure of eggs in 4 different animals, that is insects, amphioxus, frog and hen. Thank you so much.